Hello all, I'm Shilpa Pimpalkar, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Engineering at AISMS Institute of Information Technology Pune. I welcome you all for the session of Database Management Systems. In this session, we are going to discuss about primary key and foreign key constraints in MySQL. For understanding these primary key and foreign key constraints, you need to understand structure of the table. Here, for example, I am considering staff table with staff ID, staff name and address. What all values we want to record in this table? We are going to record staff ID, we are going to record staff name and we are going to record address. If you consider any organization, each organization will have staff with unique ID. So if you observe data in this table, the staff ID are unique in this, it is not getting repeated. If value need to be recorded uniquely in table, we call these as primary key constraint. Value should not be duplicated in that particular table. So as to add this constraint on the table while inserting values, you need to use this keyword primary key. I'm highlighting in this query. In this query, I'm highlighting in this MySQL query, this create table staff ID of type integer and primary key. With this use of keyword primary key, we are putting constraint on this table that it will not accept duplicate values for this staff ID. Now how to add foreign key constraint? If you have two tables and you want to link information in two tables, like in staff table you have recorded information about staff. Now in this table you want to record information about subjects taught by that particular faculty. Here staff ID and subject taught by that particular faculty. If you note here, you have the staff ID value getting repeated here. This 1, 2, also 3 is also getting repeated in this. So obviously this is not a primary key here, but we can add here staff ID which are existing in staff table only. No other staff ID can be inserted in this. That means we are ensuring that this staff ID of subject taught, these values should come only from the staff ID in the staff table. Subject taught table is dependent on staff table. Here subject taught table will accept IDs only which are present in staff table. Now we'll see how actually to link these. These are two tables. This is staff table. This is staff table with staff ID and this is subject taught table. This is subject taught table and this is staff table. If you note, this is primary key and this is going to be a foreign key. This subject taught table refers values of IDs from staff table. How to add these constraints using MySQL? While creating table, what you need to do, this is subject taught table which you are creating with ID, class, with class, with ID, and you are adding here subject 3 columns with foreign key ID which references staff. So while creating subject dot, you have reference to staff table. This is very important. Now we see execution of this query. In this session, we'll see how to add primary key and foreign key constraints on table using MySQL. We'll use here a staff table and subject dot table. First, I'm going to create database. create database demo, use demo, create table staff id integer primary key comma name varchar, then address varchar. Here table is created. We can see with describe staff. Table is created with constraint primary key. Here key column primary key constraint is added on this. I'm going to create other table which refers this staff table so as to illustrate foreign key constraint. Here primary key we have added. Create table subject dot. In this common column we have as id staff id integer type, then subject char class. Foreign key id references staff table with id. Common comma was missing here, so it was showing that error, syntactical error. Table is created. Now we'll see describe staff, describe subject dot. Two tables are created. This staff and subject dot. We'll insert some records in staff table. Insert into staff values. I'll insert one as id, Smita as faculty name. I'll add address as Pune. One record is inserted. If I try to insert same record again, it gives me duplicate entry 1 for key primary. It will not allow me to enter value 1 again as a staff ID because we have set this as a primary key. I'll insert here 2. Name I'm changing. Okay. So if I want to see what all records are present in staff table, I'll write select star from staff. right? We will insert some records in subject dot table. Insert into subject dot values staff id 1 teaches operating system subject to T class, right? Now again, if I try to insert one with same staff teaching class AC subject DELD, it is accepting values. If I try to insert here value 5, see, it is not allowing me to insert 5 because in base table, staff is our base table and subject dot refers that base table. So all permitted values for ID in subject dot should come from range of the ID values which are inserted in staff table. I can insert here for 2. I'll change here discrete mathematics of AC, right? So we'll see now records in staff as well as select star from staff, select star from subject dot, right? If I want to find out what all subjects are taught by Smita, then I can write query, select what I want, subject. From which table? From subject dot, where here we are linking through this query information from two table. What is given? Name of staff is given. I want to retrieve what all subjects are taught by Smita. So I need to write select subject from subject dot where id equal to, I'll write here select id from staff where name equal to Smita. So it is displaying operating system and DLD. Thank you.